What's going on, guys? I'm in Advantage, and today we're ranking the top all-star cards in NHL 22. Coming in at number 6 on our list, we have the 6'5", 217-pound Nashville Predators legend, PEKKA RINNE. He has workhorse as well as really pretty much every other synergy here for the most part that you could also activate for him, which will help out in some of the categories. However, I just find it hard to rank a goalie any higher than 6, especially being that he does not have gold post-to-post. He does have gold light work and silver post-to-post. However, for the coins and amount of players that you would have to trade in order to make him, I simply do not believe that he is worth making. Now, that being said, if you pulled him untradeable, he could potentially be one of the best goalies in the game. 6'5", 217. On the surface, really, this card looks incredible. It's 95 speed. His positioning is awesome. Aggression is very low, and the glove high is great. However, I simply just don't believe that it's worth making a goaltender, especially PEKKA RINNE. I'm sorry, PEKKA. I love you, but that's why he comes in at number 6 for me. Before we dive into the details on this player, the next 3 players are going to be pretty much interchangeable depending on 2 things. A, how much you like this individual player. If you like him, obviously go ahead and make them. All these cards are fantastic. They're among the best in the game right now. However, we're also going to go over some of the options depending on what your needs are for your team and where these players may fit. Coming in at number 5 is MILAN HEJDUK, 6 foot, 190-pound forward. He's a right-handed shot, and that's the reason he comes in at number 5. If he was a left-handed shot, he might be a little bit higher on the list. But whenever you have players like Eichel, Ovechkin, Lemieux, McKinnon, Sagan, Barzal, just to name a few, I feel that a lot of those cards are almost already equivalent, if not better, and have potential to get more upgrades in the future. So that's why he comes in at number 5 on our list. Let's take a look at his card though. Spark, Fly the Zone, and Buzzing. That's going to bring him up to 93 acceleration and 94 speed. As far as zone and superstar abilities go, I do like the fact that he has elite edges, but I don't really love any of the other ones that he has. I don't mind Silver Shutdown as well as Silver Tape to Tape, but Make It Snappy and Gold Third Eye are probably 2 that I would probably not activate. As far as his card goes, however, it's amazing. 97 shot accuracy as well as 98 wrist shot accuracy. Hands are incredible. Agility is quite high, especially whenever you have Buzzing activated. You probably might be able to get away using him at center if you did activate Thief. That'd bump up his face-offs to high 80s. However, being that the right-handed winger market is already so saturated, he's going to come in at our number 5 slot. At number 4 on our list, we have the 5'11", 190-pound right-handed defenseman, Dan Boyle. With workhorse as well as wingman, those are probably one of the 2 that I would go ahead and activate for him, as well as distributor and Fly the Zone. His speed is pretty cracked. 93 acceleration, 96 speed. Although he is 5'11", body checking is going to be 97, which is pretty solid. And one of the things that I think makes him better than, for example, an Adam Fox right now would be this silver truculence. For some of these smaller players, if they do have silver or, of course, gold truculence, I found that they're able to actually take players off the puck a little bit better than a player that does not have silver or gold truculence. So something to keep in mind. Also, one of the things that stands out on this card to me is if you're a player that likes to take those shots from the point, Seeing Eye as well as potentially Heat Seeker, again, that's going to be more for those wrist shots from the point, not necessarily the one-timers, which we'll get into a player that has that combination set up here in just a little bit. However, I feel like that combination could be pretty deadly for the right player. However, overall, I would make sure 100% that you activate Truculence on Dan Boyle. The reason he's not higher on our list is, of course, there's other names out there that are bigger and that I feel that have more longevity in the game, such as the X Factor Hamilton. Of course, you have Kale McCarr, who's a very similar player to this. Adam Fox, who's obviously going to increase with his Team of the Year card, although he obviously has an injury right now. And of course, Shea Weber, Brett Burns, Eric Carlson, etc. Now, if he did have Gold Shutdown, Dan Boyle would be a phenomenal card. He might even be number 1 on the list, but he does not have that, and he's just a little bit smaller. However, Dan Boyle is a phenomenal card, and if you're a Dan Boyle fan, please pick him up. I'm sure this card is phenomenal. Coming in at number 3 is the 5'9", 174-pound Danny Briere. I do love to see that he does have a card in the game, and the reason he comes in at number 3 on the list for me is that his speed is absolutely unbelievable. Breaking up the ice, I don't think anyone's going to catch him. He also has, to topple his 96 acceleration and 97 speed, elite edges, as well as gold wheels. Why not? They might as well throw that on him. Danny Briere's card is going to be phenomenal for a player that likes to take advantage of those rush situations. His acceleration, agility, and speed is almost already 100% through the roof. Not many defenders are going to be able to catch him. It's really that issue of whenever they do, that then becomes the problem. His shooting is phenomenal. Hands are fantastic. Even defensively, he's pretty much shut down. However, at 5'9", 174 is just a bit too small to be effective and have extreme longevity in this game. I don't really think he's an end game card at this point. However, he'd be a very fun card to use. And of course, if you're a Danny Briere fan, go ahead and pick him up. Now, these next two players also could potentially be interchangeable depending on the needs for your team. Coming in at number 2, however, we have Gary Suter at 6 foot, 205 pounds. He's one of the best left-handed defensemen in the game, maybe behind Hedman, but he might just be as good, if not even better than Hedman in a few different categories, and I'll go over that here in just a second. 96 acceleration, 93 speed. He's gonna feel a lot like Paul Coffey, but maybe give Paul Coffey another 4 or 5 overall boost, and it's gonna be Gary Suter. I also love the superstar ability combinations that you can have with this card. First up, as we just recently talked about with Dan Boyle, is Silver Truculence. He already has 99 body checking whenever you have Spark activated on him. However, Silver Truculence is going to make him even more deadly. He's at 6 foot, 205, so he's already a pretty solid stature back there, but Silver Truculence is incredible for some of these even medium-sized defensemen. If you're a player that likes to take those one-timers from the point, the meta this year is 1T and Seeing Eye. Now, obviously, that's going to be 9 ability points alone. However, if Gary is going to be somebody that's on your first line D pair, you might be able to get away with having both of these activated. Defensively, this card is pretty much shut down. The only thing that would make this card better is if he did have gold shutdown, speaking of shutdown. However, I think that may make him a little bit too deadly and he would easily be the best defenseman in the game. But if you're somebody that needs a left-handed defenseman, I am 1000% planning to make this card. And I feel that you should do the same. And lastly, coming in at number 1 on our list is the 6'2", 210 pound OLLI Jokinen. Now, if you're a player like myself that already has Henrik Zetterberg, OLLI Jokinen, and I've already made him and played a few games, he feels like Henrik Zetterberg, but even just a bit better in a few categories. Rather than going over that card, I wanted to just change out the synergies and show you also the zone and superstar abilities that I had activated on him. So I do have Magician, Fly the Zone, and Applesauce. That's going to bring his wrist shot accuracy pretty high, 96 overall. His hands, shooting, and agility are all pretty much high 90s, defensively high 90s. Acceleration and speed, probably the 2 areas you may believe that are a little bit lacking for him. However, he feels really quick. He just does, and he's very hard to take off the puck. His balance is incredible. At 6'2", 210, he's really difficult to take off the puck. And I also have close quarters activated. I know it's 5 ability points, but if you get anywhere around the net with him, it's almost an automatic goal every single time. Take, in addition to that, Born Leader, which Silver Born Leader is slowly becoming probably my favorite superstar ability. A, because it's 1 ability point, and B, you can keep your top lines out there for almost 80%, 90%, even sometimes 100% of the game. I do not have Gold Quick Draw activated on him, simply being that his faceoffs are already at 99 overall, and I don't feel that it's worth the 6 ability points for it. However, you can also mess around with Tape to Tape and Total Eclipse, depending on your play style. However, close quarters and both Born Leader suits me well. On the Born Leader topic, I'm going to talk about that for a second. So here's my first line with Duchesne, Lemieux, and McDavid. As you can see, I have Jokinen on my second line, and then I have Zetterberg and Eichel that also have Silverborn Leader activated. So my fourth line really doesn't get out there a whole lot. Having Silverborn Leader on a player like Jokinen is going to ensure that you get the most bang for your buck for this card, and I feel that he can be on your team for at least another few months. If you make this card, he's pretty much endgame for the most part. He might fall to the fourth line for some of the hut rich. However, I feel that this card is incredible and he plays phenomenally. That's it for me on this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you go ahead and click like. And if you'd like to follow along for more HUT tips, make sure you go ahead and click subscribe. Again, I'm Main Advantage, and I will see you guys next time.